Hey, what's up guys, Moplox here, or MacH here, and welcome to another video. So today's video is going to be another top 5 most unique accounts series video. We have done 4 of these, this is going to be the 5th one. I hope you guys are really enjoying this series. In the last series, I mentioned PK Slays, and PK Slays says that he got unmuted after my video. So I'm not entirely sure if that's a troll or legit, but if you know, let me know down below. Anyways, hope you guys enjoy it. Number 5. Starting off episode number 5 of the most unique accounts in Old School RuneScape is the Dutch player Shord NL. To my Netherlands viewers, how did I do pronouncing this one? Anyways, Shord was the very first player in Old School RuneScape to achieve the 99-1-99 build, that is 99 attack, 1 strength, and 99 defense. Inspired by his pre-EOC account, which was 75 attack, 1 strength, and 75 defense, all from Soul Wars, Shord had the intention of just matching that build when he first started. Since he didn't have Soul Wars, of course, he thought Al-Kharid Warriors was a decent place to start. At Al-Kharid, he achieved 60 attack, 1 strength, and 60 defense in about 4 months. He then moved on to Cave Bugs and achieved 75 attack, 1 strength, and 75 defense in another 5 months. So in early 2014, Shord was sitting at 75 attack, 1 strength, and 75 defense. So in the ensuing couple of months in early 2014, he went to the duel arena, pretended like he was a Zerker peer, and then when the stake started, he would switch to his DFS, unload special attacks, and just slaughter his opponent. And remember, this was way before inventory checks or anything of that nature. He ended up making about 1.3 bill doing this. So in the middle of 2014, Shord decided that he wanted to get 99 attack. This would require 23,500 pest control points, which is equivalent to over 27 full void sets. He said in the first 10k points, he quit the game a lot, stating it was much harder than he had thought it would be. But after 10k, he started memorizing clicks, and he just watched movies and stuff. Back then, this was before the pest control update with the activity bar, which means that he only have to get 50 damage points, which was equivalent to repairing about 10 barricades per game. On March 7th of 2017, he finally achieved 99 attack. It was a big accomplishment for him, but he said something didn't feel right. Something was still missing. A defense cape, he said. So he went back to pest control and grinded another 23,500 points. It took him about 9 more months to do this, but on December 28th of 2017, he finally achieved 99 defense. In total, he got the equivalent of about 55 void sets, achieving both 99 attack and defense, and he's very happy with this grind. Currently, he's trying to get 99 hit points now at pest control, and I wish him the best of luck. Number 4. Next on our countdown at number 4 is the RuneScape player named Darts. In the last episode when I showcased Larry of the Pure Crew CC, I mentioned that the next lowest combat to get into a 2k total level world was level 73, get your memes out. I didn't want to give any spoilers to who that was, well, because it was Darts. Darts sits at the perfect 50-99-1 build, that is 50 attack, 99 strength, and 1 defense, with also 99 range, magic, and hit points. It's the same build as Fantastic and PK Slays, except with 1 prayer versus 13. And to be honest with you, I think 1 looks a lot cleaner. I'm also giving Darts the advantage just because of his RuneScape name, Darts. That's pretty OG. By the way, anyone want to play? So just like Fantastic and PK Slays, Darts' best accomplishment is certainly the 99 Slayer aspect. With 73 combat, Darts' best option was Shaldar, and with 1 prayer he couldn't use protection overheads or flick tasks, and most likely had to bank multiple times per task to get more food due to being 1 defense. It looks like Darts is also a pet hunter on this unique build, with 7 total pets, including one of my favorites, the Calphi Princess. Darts has over 500 mil total XP, which is pretty darn good considering he hasn't played on the account in just about a year. On top of this account, as a fun fact, Darts also has a maxed main named Helms. Number 3. Next on our countdown at number 3 of the most unique accounts in Old School RuneScape is the free-to-player netbookpro. netbookpro is the first free-to-play account featured in a few episodes, and since then I've discovered something new called the free-to-play wiki. The free-to-play wiki is a Crystal Math Labs, if you will, database for free-to-play accounts that shows EHP rates, who's currently in the lead, and things of that nature. Unlike Crystal Math Labs that only tracks the account once you tell it to, this database has the EHP from the very beginning of any account, which is awesome. So long story short, whoever made this, kudos to you. I think this is how Crystal Math Labs should be. Anyways, on to netbookpro. He currently has the highest total EHP for free-to-play players at an astounding 9,500 efficient hours played. But no, that's not why he's being featured in this unique series. He's being featured because he's still over 300 total levels until max. He kinda reminds me of Link's Titan back in the day, who didn't max either in the very beginning. netbookpro only has 64 prayer, 8 crafting, 20 mining, and 1 rune crafting, but has a commanding lead in free-to-play EHP due to having both 200 million experience in attack and strength. He's a front pager on the strength high scores at rank 24, but unlike everyone before him, it took him just a little bit longer to achieve this. How about 3,750 hours for 200 mil strength, and another 3,750 hours for 200 mil attack. So just for the 2 skills, he's already at 7,500 efficient hours. And for the record, although you probably could have guessed this, he's the only person in free-to-play with any 200 mils. According to the free-to-play wiki, it says the most efficient method for normal free-to-play accounts training melees is prey-flicking spiders with ultimate strength, incredible reflexes, and protect from melee with regular strength pots. This yields about 53,500 experience per hour, which is how I got the figure of 3,750 hours for each 200 mil. And if you could have guessed it, netbookpro is now currently going for 200 mil defense experience. He currently sits at 32 million experience, so he has quite a bit of ways to go. Best of luck to him, that's going to be one long grind. Number 2. Next on our countdown, at number 2 of the most unique accounts in old school RuneScape is the account layaniron, also known as Slay in Combat. Slay in Combat started as a Slayer only Iron Man account that embarked on a 2-year journey with the goal of all melee 99s, with 99 Slayer and all non-combat stats remaining at level 1. As you probably know, in the early levels of training, you really need food. Since he couldn't train his fishing or cooking, since he limited his account to all 1 non-combats except Slayer, he had a unique approach to solve this issue. He spent the first 20 hours or so burying bones in the boneyard for 43 prayer. At 43 prayer, he could finally start Slayer and flick tasks. Now you might be saying, why didn't he just go kill chickens or something and bury those bones? Well, remember, this was a Slayer only account, meaning he couldn't train at anything outside of his Slayer task. So although the first stages of the account were a huge inconvenience, it has to get better, right? Wrong. He also limited his account in more ways than just keeping all of his non-combat stats at level 1. He limited his account to hardly using any shops, with the exception of the Slayer shop of course, and then also the Warrior Guild shop to buy normal attack, strength, and defense potions. Therefore, what that really means is he really limited himself as far as weaponry. So that means he couldn't go to Varrock and buy his beginner weapon, an Addy sword like most Iron Men would probably choose. Instead, this was his weapon lineup. So he says that he started with the bronze sword, which is pretty typical, that's right off of Tutorial Island, and at some point he upgraded to his steel sword. I would think that this was right away. This respawns north of the Chaos Altar in the wilderness, so I believe that's probably how he got this. From there, he probably trained with the steel sword for quite a while until upgrading to the rune warhammer. Maybe he got this as a clue reward, I'm not entirely sure. From there, he says he upgraded to a rune scimitar, probably got that from fire giants, and then a leaf bladed sword from Kirasks, and then finally the whip from Abbey Demons. In total, Slay in Combat completed 59 hard clues, 12 medium clues, and 4 easy clues, which seems really good considering he couldn't do any quests or obviously skill. He also had a really good Slayer tab, which included a Draconic Visage, although he couldn't use this because he didn't have the 90 smithing requirement to make it, nor did he have the quest requirement to pay OSRS 1.25 million GP for him to make the shield for him. Today, he pretty much has the same build, but also 70 agility for God Wars Dungeon. He completed a few quests like Monkey Madness and didn't realize that stringing the monkey amulet gave crafting experience, so he arguably ruined the build and decided to upgrade that to 75 crafting as well to unlock his Dragonfire shield. Nowadays, he really doesn't play that much. He's over 16,000 kills dry of a Dragon Warhammer at Shamans, which has been pretty unmotivating for him, on top of it being really bot infested and he just can't be asked with it. Regardless, the Reddit user Cities took the words right out of my mouth for this one. That account is phenomenal. Number 1. Oh man, God, it's so hard to beat number 2, but I gotta give number 1 to the RuneScape player named Headlines. Fasten your seatbelts, ladies and gentlemen. This may be the greatest thing of the series so far, other than maybe the Mayor of Edgeville. If you know, you know. If you don't, go watch episode number 2. Anyways, for the sake of this video, we will call the individual Headline, but he has 3 total accounts that I'll be talking about. These 3 total accounts include the RuneScape name Headline, the RuneScape name I, and the RuneScape name Absurd Life, which is sorta retired now according to him. Before I begin, I do want to say that I have never seen this before, but it is entirely possible. The game's been out for over 5.5 years, and the guy's just multi-logged on all 3 accounts to achieve what I'm about to show you. So all 3 accounts have 200 mil range experience, which ranks him at rank 25, 29, and 32. For range, it was a combination of Gargoyles and Nightmare Zone. Headline said that each account has between 250,000 and 300,000 kill count at Gargoyles, and between 250 million and 500 million Nightmare Zone points. I don't think any other player in old school RuneScape has gotten 200 mil range twice, let alone 3 times. Oh, and just as a fun fact, you probably could have guessed it, he has 200 mil range in RuneScape 3, and he was the 21st person to do that as well. Okay, so where do we go from there? The guy has achieved 200 mil range 4 total times, 3 times in old school and once in RuneScape 3. Let's just go to magic. Okay, so 2 accounts, Headline and I, also have 200 mil magic, ranking them at 20 and 31. For magic, Headlines Ice Barrage Greater Necrials inside the Catacombs of Korend at roughly 300k mage experience per hour. Since he used the Kodai Wand, he could autocast, which just left him to lure the next on his ult with darts. Due to the excessive alchable drops, he would use the ult to also alch, so he didn't have to loot on the Barrager and decrease experience per hour. By using an ult, he also didn't have to bank his loots. So since he has 200 mil magic in range, it also doesn't come of a surprise that he has 200 mil hit points. He has this on 2 accounts, Headline and I, and they're both ranked at 40 and 47 to 200 mil. And then finally, his 8th 200 mil that he has throughout all 3 accounts is in Strength. He has that on Headline, and that was through a combination of Necrial, Slayer, and Nightmare Zone. So on this series, sometimes I like to talk about EHP, or efficient hours played, to kind of give you guys an actual representation of how many efficient hours a guy played. Unfortunately though, for this player, it's pretty hard to give an accurate number, since magic, range, and hit points are all technically 0 EHP to 200 mil. Therefore, most of his EHP all came from 200 mil strength, which was only about 1,000 efficient hours. Regardless, for this ranking, it was more of the player being unique and not just the account. If you look at each individual account, I guess technically they're not unique, but when you kind of pair them together, it's just like, whoa. Anyways guys, this is going to complete another episode, the most unique accounts, episode number 5. I really hope you guys are enjoying this series. Thank you all so much for the continued support on the channel. We're approaching 10,000 subscribers, so I'm really excited to hit that figure. Anyways, we'll talk to you guys later. Take it easy. Bye.